it just kept our defense intact. You know, we weren't spread out in the previous 2 games, and we were able to, you know, to really help each other, and it also helped us with the rebounding because we weren't so spread out. We were able to block people out.
Avery mentioned you guys were going to do that regardless of if Rondo played or not, but how much did him being out help you kind of key in on those 2 guys, in Butler and Wade?
Yeah, we definitely were. That was the game plan, regardless if Rondo played or not. We were doing it. Just to, you know, it just helps our team. You know, everybody, we can guard 1 through 4. You know, including Isaiah. You know, we just help each other out. They decide to post up our smaller guards and things like that. But you know, with Rondo being out, I mean, it really didn't make a difference for us. We were going to play that way. You know, he obviously is a big key part for that team, finding people and getting people involved. So, I mean, you know, he definitely helps them out a lot.
What changes for them when Jimmy's initiating the offense?
When he's initiating the offense.
When he's playing point.
Just like with Isaiah for us, you know, it's one less person that, you know, we can help off of, because if Jimmy's in the corner or coming off screens, we can't help as much now with everybody else. With him with the ball, we can help off everybody else that we need to help off of and try to contain him.
Hoiberg said today it sounds like they might not start a point guard and run Jimmy at point for most of the game. I mean, do you relish the challenge to be able to just guard him on ball the entire time? Do you think that works to your guys' strengths better than having to chase him around off ball, the way that Lopez is screening him in the baseline on the flare, stuff like that?
I definitely do. You know, just the fact that, you know, he's bringing the ball up, so we know where he's at, and everybody, you know, is intact and locked in.
What do you think you guys discovered defensively last night?
You know, just guarding our yard. That was the big deal, just guarding our yard, being able to guard one-on-one. And we found out that, you know, this team, we're going to have to do that tomorrow and things like that, and so on, for us to you know, to win games. And you know, we worked on it, and that switching helped us. You know.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, what is it say about this group when you have a guy like Terry Rozier whose minutes were kind of inconsistent? Gerald didn't play a ton of minutes, and yet they were major factors in you guys kind of getting back in this series.
They're huge. It says a lot about those guys. You know, with Gerald, he's been here before. You know, he's a veteran. He's been in the league a long time, so he understands it. And Terry, you know, him being ready, you know, it just talks value to our team, and to where, you know, everybody's always ready, and everybody's, like I said earlier before, everybody's going to have to contribute to help us win.
A guy who plays with fire, what was it like for you hearing that message from KG, and what did that do for you?
It was big, you know, everybody. You know, it was a little spark that started a fire for us, and, you know, it got us pumped, and it was something we needed to hear, you know, and it's always good when you got a guy like KG delivering that message, you know, and we took that to heart.
Can you explain what the scene was as that was all going down? Like, who was playing the message, and then what was the actual reaction, and how did that play out in the locker room?
I don't really remember who was playing the message, but I just remember it was on the speaker, and, you know, everybody knows, you know, when KG talks, you know, his voice is very demanding, and you just listen, so everybody was quiet and just listening to what he had to say.
And
then after you heard it, then what was the scene like?
Everybody was pumped, they were hyped. You know, we were ready to play, we were ready to go.
It was like a Rudy speech?
Something like that.
Good wrap up for him.
Was it one part of the speech that resonated with you the most, that really stuck with you when KG was talking?
You know, the fact where he said, you know, I'm a Celtics for life, you know. That's what we do. We play, and we gotta have dogs, and we play like dogs, and that's what Celtics is about. You know, that's big for us, and that's what we need to hear. We're all Celtics, and we need some dogs.